Hello. Oh, this is so weird. On my laptop, it's like slightly delayed. So I'm like watching myself walking. Just jamming out for a little bit. I wanted to get on here and make sure that the camera was working, so we're a little early. Also, this is gonna have to come out of my face. Hey guys, what's up? How are you guys doing? This is really hard to do without a mirror. This is gonna be the whole live stream. I'm doing alright. I'm really sore. I worked out a little too hard yesterday and I'm like hurting, so this is going to be both very necessary and very painful for me. Is it staying? Okay. What's up, guys? My hair looks crazy. Wow, I'm looking at it for the first time now. That's not cute. What's up? So we're gonna start in a couple minutes. I just want to give people time to get on. If you want to follow along at home, please do. That would be awesome. If you don't want to, that's fine too. We're gonna cut it a little bit short today because my sister has a work call at 1 o'clock. So we are only gonna do it for about 45 minutes, which is fine. That's enough of a workout. It just kind of cuts our Q&A time in half. So what I'm gonna do is try and keep my eye on the chat while I'm doing it. So if you guys have questions for me, Todoroki, in character, you can ask me. If you have yoga questions, you can ask me. We're doing super beginner yoga today, like baby yoga. You guys will be fine. If you do want to join me, I recommend you getting some water and maybe a mat. If you don't have a mat, you're better off doing it on the floor. But if you want, for when we do stuff laying down, you could put a blanket down or a towel. I just ask that if when we're doing standing stuff, don't stand on it, because if you slip, you're gonna hurt yourself and it's gonna be really bad. And that's not the point of this. So yes, that's exactly why I'm running it. I try and do something active every day. So to keep my body moving, and for me, working out and yoga and things like that is really, really helpful for my anxiety. So mental health, physical health, it's really important to do an active thing. I'm thinking about doing something active next week for you guys too. I don't know if it's going to be yoga or if you want to do like a workout, let me know. Like a no equipment workout. Nothing crazy. But let me know either here or on Instagram how you would feel about that. It may or may not be Todoroki, it might be Bakugo. If you want to do some kickboxing with Bakugo, let me know. So yeah, we're gonna get started in about 2 minutes. I'm just giving people a chance to log on, get water if you need to, and get ready. Also, just before we begin, I am not wearing a binder. I'm wearing a sports bra. It is not safe to work out in most binders, so please keep that in mind. And take yourself carefully. Also, wow, I just totally lost my train of thought. It's gone. It's gone. Do you think Deku is still All Might's secret love child? I mean, I have nothing to lead on. There's definitely something going on there. Am I wrong? I don't think he's necessarily his love child anymore, no, but there's obviously a very strong bond there. Not a fatherly energy I can relate to, but you know. Let me know in the chat if you're gonna do this. I know, Lori, is doing it? Who else is doing it? Who else is getting ready to do some yoga? Also, is this music really irritating? Because I can turn it off if it's bothering you. The second I hit go on this camera, I have had to pee. That's my life. I'm just waiting until 12:05, so we have 1 more minute. And like I said, I'm going to try and answer your questions while I'm doing this. I'm going to put my laptop over there so I have the chat running. But if I'm upside down, like, you know, give me a second to look at it. We're going upside down a little bit, nothing crazy. No crazy inversions. If you're into yoga, we're doing vinyasa today, so it's pretty easy, but there's a lot of like inversions and things like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started. The biggest thing I need you guys to do for me is when I get back there and start talking, if you can't hear me, let me know in the chat so that I know to talk louder. Because in order to do this, I had to set the camera up really far away from my mat so you guys could see my whole body. So if you can't hear me at any point, be like, yo, Shoto, raise it up, and I will scream at you. But let's go. The question is, how often do you do yoga? I drop my, not as often as I drop my charger. I do yoga every day. I do this particular routine every day, and then depending on if I'm sore or anything like that, I might add different yoga, or if I want to do yoga for a workout. I don't really consider this particular yoga like exercise. It's not really going to burn a ton of calories or anything like that. It might not even make you sweaty depending on your level of fitness. So this yoga I do every day, but just to stretch out my body, especially after working out. Like yesterday I went a little hard on my workout. So, alright, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is go into mountain pose. And the biggest thing that you need to know about this is that your feet are your support. You are the mountain. So make sure that when you're standing, and throughout all these poses, I'm going to remind you to check your feet. But what you kind of want to think about, if you hear a cat screaming, I apologize. I don't know if I should let her in or not. She usually climbs on top of me. Okay, come in. It's okay. I promise we're doing yoga today, guys. It's not just going to be me walking around. She's going to be very excited about this, just so you know. She loves my idea. Alright, so So back to our stance. So what you want to think about is you want this part of your foot right here, right under your toes and your heel. That's your base. And you want to imagine that the middle of your foot right here is being suctioned to the ground. But you're not necessarily putting weight on the middle. You're putting weight under your toes and on the balls of your feet. And you can just roll your neck. Getting ready. I don't know if any of you have done yoga before, but it's very fun. I like it a lot. So now we're going to focus on the breath and warm up so we can do our sun salutations. So what you want to do, just making sure you can hear me, is give a slight bend to your knees, and you want to breathe in. Let's try that again. I'm breathing in really hard so that you guys can hear me. You don't have to breathe that hard. And one more time. Alright, so now we're going to go into our first pose, which is going to be a forward fold. So the motion is similar to touching your toes, but you're not actually touching your toes. Don't worry about that. And if you've never done yoga before or you're not very flexible, don't be afraid to have a slight bend in your knee because it's just going to make it more comfortable for you. So we're going to breathe in. Ow! We're going to breathe in. out. Now when you're in this pose, you want to literally just let go of everything. So if you feel any weight, like you're trying to hold your arms up, just release it. If you're trying to hold your head up, release it. If you're trying to keep your jaw shut, release it. You should be, your whole upper body should be completely relaxed. You can grab your elbows and just kind of rock a little bit here. This is where my back cracks 30 times. If you feel comfortable, you can straighten your legs when you do this to get a better stretch on the back of your legs. But you don't have to. And again, you don't have to be touching the floor. We're just dropping. So now we're going to go up to our knees. Breathe in. And now when we breathe out, we're going to go all the way down to a plank. And then drop down. Our feet are flat. Our elbows are tucked in. And we're going to go into cobra pose. So you're going to breathe in. And out. And now on my next breath, I'm going to push us back into child's pose. And now breathe in, and we're going to go up. Bring your shoulders back. They should be right under you. And now this is a good little, if you don't know how to twerk, I'm going to teach you a lesson. So we're going to match our breathing to our hip movement. So we're going to breathe in and blow up. And out and come down. Breathe in and go up. Out and come down. Breathe in. Stop yelling. Just checking you guys. Okay, so now we're going to go all the way back up. And we're going to, oh my God. Please be careful. My cat is out of control, you guys. I have my little mini couch standing up on its side so that I could fit the camera over there, and she just jumped on top of it, and I thought the whole thing was going to come crashing down. So if all of a sudden the camera disappears, it's because my cat has knocked the sofa down, and I'm probably dead. So now we're going to do our first sun salutation. If you've done yoga before, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, it's nice and easy. Nothing too crazy, and this is just to warm up the body so we can get into our stretching. So you're going to come to the front of your mat, or if you're not on a mat, just stand somewhere where there's a lot of room behind you. And we're going to breathe in and do our breathing and drop into a forward fold. So here we go. Ow. This is becoming, how many times am I going to hit myself? Now breathe up, drop down to plank. Into cobra, breathe in. And now we're going to drop into downward dog, sorry. Whew. Shake it out. If you can't get your feet to touch the ground, that's fine. I might not be doing that too much today because my hamstrings are killing me from my workout yesterday. Alright, and now we're going to either, you can walk up or jump up to the front of your mat. Go into forward fold. And breathe all the way back up into mountain pose. Alright, so now we're going to do that 2 more times. Do it at your own pace. I might be going a little too fast for you with these. If you don't hit everything perfectly, that's fine. Just try and watch your breathing and match your movements up to your breathing. So here we go, 2 more from the top. Breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe up, halfway lift. Breathe Breathe out, plank. Breathe in, cobra. Breathe out, downward dog. Breathe in, walk it forward. That was really messy. Breathe out, forward fold. And breathe all the way in. Pull up your pants and do it again. Breathe in to forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, plank. Breathe in, cobra. Breathe out, downward dog. Breathe in, come back up. Breathe out, forward fold. And breathe in all the way up. All right, so you should be feeling a little bit warm. I'm gonna check the chat. I guess you guys are doing it with me because you're quiet. A drink if you need to. Now we're gonna get into our routine. Now, a really important part of yoga is making sure that everything is even. So we're gonna stretch our left leg out completely, and then we're gonna go into the same routine for our right leg. After I let my cat out. Hope you enjoyed her presence. Alright, so let's do it. So, we're going to go to our front of our mat. Breathe into forward fold. Drop down to downward dog. And now in downward dog, we're going to take our left foot and bring it all the way up to our hands. So on 3, 2, 1, bring it up, straighten it out, and come up into warrior one. Now, if you're using a yoga mat, a good way to make sure your body is in a line is go straight down the fold. Your one foot, your back foot should be pointing this way, and your front foot should be like this. And our hips are turned completely forward. And all of our weight, for the most part, is in this front foot. Take a few breaths here. And then we're going to open it out and twist our hips. Our feet do not move. Just our hips twist and our weight shifts a little bit on our feet. And our arms are out. Now we're going to imagine you're being pulled towards your back foot. Then pull yourself back and drop straight down into triangle pose. If you can't touch the floor, that's fine. Try and keep your shoulders in a straight line. You want your whole body to be in a straight line. If you can't touch your feet or if you can't touch the floor, that's fine. You should feel this right here and on the inside of your leg. We'll take a few more breaths here. And then come back up. Your spine should feel a little activated. Wiggle it out. And now what we're going to go ahead and do is turn our feet in. We're going to spread our legs, not into full split or anything like that. Go as far as you're comfortable, but make sure that your feet are still grounded. You don't want your feet sliding out from under you. So go as far as you can while still keeping your weight on your feet. Then we're going to take our arms and cross them behind our back and stretch straight down. Push your hip out. Oh, did you hear that leg pop? Put your hips backwards and pull your arms over your head. You can twist your spine a little bit here. Now you can drop your hands down to support yourself in this sort of straddle position. And I like to go all the way to my left foot and sort of see how I'm twisting my back a little bit. This is a really intense leg stretch. Now we're going to go walk our hands to the other side and do the same thing. And then go just Let me fix myself. Now I'm going to walk my hands backwards through my legs and really pull myself forward. And now you can walk your legs back up, which again will give your butt a good shaking. And now that we're up, we're going to move into some more standing poses. So the first one we're going to do is, and again, we're working on our left leg, so keep that in mind. We're going to keep our right foot planted down. Again, remember, behind the toes and the heel, middle suction cup down, and we're going to go ahead and bring our knee up. If you're not good at balancing, try and find something across the room from you that's straight and not moving. Hard in this gay environment, I know, but try and find something straight and not moving. And you can roll your ankle out, bring your leg up higher, whatever suits you. Drop it down. Now we're going to go into the bane of my existence, which is tree pose. I can't do it, so I do sort of a mixed modified version. If you can do it, go ahead. If you can't, you can follow what I'm doing or just start low. So you could start low and just keep it here. If that's all you can do, that's fine. If you want to modify it, or if you can, bring your foot all the way up. Keep this knee out, and then try and straighten out as much as you can while holding your leg up. For whatever reason, I've done yoga for 2 years and I still cannot do this. And then I like to just give myself practice anyway and drop it down. Spine should be straight, chin up, hips rotating out. You should feel a nice squeeze in your butt when you do this. And let go. Now we're going to move into another warrior pose, and it's a little bit hard, so if you can't do it, if you don't have good balance, don't knock yourself. Again, for stability purposes, don't be afraid to bend the knee or grab something to hold on to. So we're going to put all our weight onto this foot, again, suction cupping the middle of our foot down, and we're going to reach forward and bring our leg up. See how my leg is bent? Don't be afraid to bend your leg in order to do this. If you want an extra challenge, you can shoot your arms out in front of you. If you want to keep it here and focus on your balance, that's fine. I like to bend it down a little bit and grab my leg to deepen the stretch, and then you can come down. If this is too hard, let me know, but I'm trying to keep it simple and easy, but also challenging enough to keep it fun. So now we're going to go into my favorite pose, which is crow pose. Just as a warning, this is kind of hard. This is our hardest part of the sequence. After this, everything is going to get easier. I do this because I want to work on the splits, and I also have really tight hips. So if you can't do it, don't beat yourself up. I'm going to walk you through some modifications, but let's go ahead and try it. So we're going to breathe in, drop down, forward fold, breathe in, halfway lift, and breathe out, downward dog. Now what we're going to do is lift our left foot again and bring it towards our feet. Our hands. But this time we're going to collapse the knee like this. Now ideally, and then bring your back foot down. Now ideally, I don't know if you can really see, but my leg is perfectly straight here. If this is too hard, you can bring your foot in a little bit and have your leg be at this diagonal. But for the best stretch, you want to keep it flat. But be careful, don't hurt yourself. So now what we're going to do, you should feel it really intense right here on the butt. We're going to go ahead and lay it down. And now you should be feeling it super intensely in your hips. If it's too much, you don't have to lay all the way down. And just make sure you're breathing. Also, make sure you're not squeezing your butt. Release your butt. You want your body weight to do the stretching for you. You don't want your muscles to be tight. Gonna take a few more breaths here. Alright, now we're going to walk it up. Take your back toe, point it straight up, spin and grab your heel. This is an intense stretch on your legs. drop it. And now we're going to bring ourselves into clam pose. You want to make sure you're on your sit bones. So really rock until you feel something hard. Now in an ideal world, we're all very flexible. I don't know if this is in your way. And both of our legs are touching the ground. My right leg doesn't like to do that, so I kind of push it down a little bit for a couple breaths. You can go straight down the middle. Pull yourself in. Now what we're going to do is bring our left foot in close. Spread our right foot out. Go ahead and grab our toes. Bring your forehead down into your leg as much as you can. If you've had any kind of physical education, you know this pose. If you can, grab your toes with your other hand. And then sit back up. We're going to go into, I don't remember what this one is called. Bring your foot down. Stereotypical meditation pose. Again, if you can't do this, that's fine. And now what we're going to do is take a couple breaths here, straighten the spine. Bring your leg over so that your knees are overlapping like this. This is cow pose. We're going to take our elbow like this, put it on our knee, and push to the side. You should get a nice back crack here. And let go. Just checking our time. So now we're going to do the exact same routine for our other leg. I'm going to go a little bit faster now that you know the basics of the pose. And I kind of do the side backwards. I don't really know why. Probably because I'm lazy and I'm already sitting down. So now we're going to flip our meditation sort of stance over so that our right foot is on top. Or if you've been doing this the whole time the other way around and you've been stretching your right leg, your left leg this whole time, no. If you just stretched your right leg, switch to your other leg. If you've been following me, your right leg should be on top. And now we're going to bring it over, same thing, cow pose. Oh my god. I don't know if you could hear that, but it was like my entire spine just cracked. Bring your left foot in, grab your toes back in that gym pose. See, this one I'm better at on this side. I don't know why my body does the things it does. Now this time we're going to add a little bit extra, so we're going to go into a straddle. Again, make sure you're really on your sit bones and put yourself in the middle. As much as you can, as comfortable as you can. I would like for everybody to be able to put their elbows down and kind of do this thing. If you can't do that, that's fine, but that's the best way to guarantee a stretch. If you're more flexible like me, you can kind of walk yourself forward as much as possible. This is really good for the hips and if you're trying to get your splits. You can bounce here a little bit. Now we're going to bring it back into clam pose and go straight down the middle one more time. Alright, now we're going to bring it all the way up. Feel free to get a drink of water if you need to while I check the chat. You guys must be really engaged because nobody is asking questions. You're all just totally in it, and I support the hell out of you guys for doing this, especially if you've never done yoga before. I'm really proud of you for hanging so long. So now again, we're just doing the same routine, but stretching out this leg this time. So we're going to go start from the way beginning, if you remember it, which starts in with a breathe in to forward fold to downward dog. So let's do it. Breathe in. Forward fold. Stop for a quick second. Grab your ankles. Pull that head. Bounce here a couple times. Breathe in. Downward dog. Rock it out here for a little bit. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is the same thing. So we're going to take our right foot and bring it up to our feet. to get into warrior pose. We're going to turn, oh, you know what? I'm going to do this facing this way so you're not just looking at my butt the whole time. Sorry guys, I caught it, no butt shot for you. So again, front foot pointing this way, back foot pointing this way. Breathe out, bring it back. Pull yourself back. Drop down into triangle pose. Have your back crack really loudly if you're me. Again, if you're not very flexible, you could bend your knee or just keep your arm up higher. Totally up to you. Now bring it back up. Switch your feet out. Spread them out. Whoa! My foot went off the mat and I almost just went into the full splits. Which is not what we're doing. We're doing straddle. Our knees are straight, not locked, not bent. Hands behind the back. Pull it all the way down. We're not going to do too much here because we already did, so we're going to walk it back up. Shake your booty. We're going to hike up our knee, back up. Remember, all our weight is on our one foot, pressed, center sticking down like a suction cup. Bring it up. Roll out your ankle a little bit. If your knee's bent, that's fine. If your knee's straight, that's better. Now we're going to go into tree pose. Again, you can do it low. You can bring it all the way up. Apparently I can't bring it all the way up today. But make sure your hips are forward, your knee is pointing out, putting some pressure on that hip. We're almost done, guys. We got like maybe 5 more minutes of workout time and then we can just chill for a little bit. Let me roll out my neck and my shoulders because they're getting a little tight. Take a minute here to drink. Then just take a deep breath. Alright, now we're going to go back into our forward fold into downward dog. Here we go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop down to down dog. Bring your right knee up and down. Again, at a diagonal line. If it's easier, walk the back foot so that it's flat. At a, like this kind of line, horizontal maybe, if you can. I can't do it right now because my hip is killing me. And we're going to lay all the way down. Now we're going to bend that back knee. You're going around, not the side where your knee is, the other side. You can look at me if you need help. Pull that leg in. Breathe through this for the love of God. Because it hurts like a motherfucker, I know. Alright, and now we're going to push out of that. Good job, guys. We're almost done. Now we're just going to do our cool down. Stretch out our back, stretch out our legs a little bit. I'm trying to think of the best way to show you this, so I might move around a lot. Okay, so we're going to sit on our butts, which I know you're all really excited about. And we're going to go ahead. Let me know in the chat if you're sweating. I'm sweating a little bit, and I do this every day. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to start with my, I'm going to start with my back leg actually. I'm going to bend it a little bit, and now I'm going to drop down. I'm going down nice and slow so that every single vertebrae is touching the mat. This is more of a challenge for me because my spine has such an intense S shape that my back will not naturally lay flat like this. For other people it might be easier. We're going to bring our knee into our chest. Now we're going to straighten that leg up. You're sitting up, grab your ankle. Try and keep your back leg down. Pull it. If you can straighten your leg, you're better than me. Alright. drop it down, shake it out a little bit. Now bring your knee back up. You're going to take your right arm and put it all the way straight to the other side. You're going to take your left arm and put it just under your knee and pull it. Try and keep your shoulders as flat to the ground as you can. You might lift up a little bit, but try and keep them down. If you can't touch the ground, like I'm doing right now, that's fine. Also, if you find that your lower back hurts more than your upper back, feel free to do this, but drop your knee down significantly lower than your chest and just kind of push your knee through your thigh and do the same thing and try and keep your whole torso flat. And that usually gets the lower back to crack. Now bring it back center. We're going to bring in our other knee and do the exact same thing. I'm going to lay slightly differently because I put myself in a box. There's my tummy. I'm going to bring it in. This is a full crotch shot. I don't know why I chose this position. Straighten it up. Oh, lordy, lordy. Alright, drop it down. Arm out. Oh my god, my back's already cracking. And pull it. Oh. And bring it back. And now, we're going to take it into porpoise pose for a little bit, which is my favorite named pose. And you're just laying flat, palms up so you can get some energy. You can close your eyes and just take a couple breaths here. Find your heartbeat again. While we're here, you can thank yourself for doing this routine, for giving yourself some physical movement today, for de-stressing and taking your mind off of the crazy world right now, for doing something really good for your body. You can say thank you in your head or quietly, but do thank yourself. It seems silly, but it actually does a lot in the long run. Alright, sit up and go into meditation pose. If you want, you can go straight from your laying down just like this and rock up. Namaste. We did it, y'all. You did it. I'm gonna go look at my chat now. Good job, everyone. Let me know in the chat if this is your first time doing yoga, if you're feeling a little sweaty. I'm gonna stay on for like 10 more minutes and we can just talk and hang out. Doesn't have to be about yoga unless you want it to be. What yoga stretches do you suggest for tight shoulders? I would say probably doing things like triangle pose, which, just to bring you back for a brief moment, you guys don't have to do this. This is just for the sake of me answering this question. Anything like this, where you're kind of spinning or reaching, even just doing this and not, touching your toe and just stretching out that way will help a lot. Doing things like this, rolling it, keeping it fluid. You can also just Google literally your question to me, and people will have full routines on how to stretch out your shoulders and how to stretch out whatever part of your body is bothering you. Shoulders is not one that I really deal with, so I don't have too many tips on that one, but you can totally look it up. How are we feeling, guys? Who did it? Who stuck it out? Whose first time ever doing yoga is this? Or Todoroki questions, that's fine too. Good job, Wolfpack. I hope you feel good. My hair is crazy. Good job, Sasuke Uchiha. Oh, Avenger. Are there any really good instructors, channels on YouTube you would recommend for yoga for beginners? Yes. There's one, oh my god, what is it called? First of all, I'm gonna say, if you Google yoga for beginners, pretty much every class is exactly the same. Gonna be honest with you. And as long as it has a lot of likes, that's probably a good one. So even if I give you channel recommendations, I'm just letting you know. You could do a different one every day. They're gonna be pretty much the same poses. This is also gonna be saved on our YouTube, so if you ever want to do this exact routine again, it'll be saved on YouTube. I do a lot of my own yoga because there's a website. Let me put the link in for you. And this has videos, but it also has, oh sorry, I'm in the wrong. Here you go. Ray of Life is me. But so it has videos that you can follow, but it also has an automated thing, like a robot, and you'll be like, oh, I want to do yoga for 20 minutes, focusing on this, this, or this. And like every 30 seconds it'll be like, cow pose, cobra pose, or whatever pose. It's like a robot, so it's not really fun. And you can pause it, slow it down, change the intervals. But when you're someone like me that does yoga a lot, and kind of knows what they're doing, it's good. But for a beginner, that might be a little too challenging. But I just went on there and it looks like they have videos. Pop Sugar Fitness. I'll type that in for you guys too. Oh, I spelled fitness wrong. I don't know if they have any yoga videos, but they do have a lot of really good workout videos, like no equipment workout videos. So if they have yoga, I would recommend their videos probably too. The ones I used to watch were like really weird, and to be honest, they were kind of filmed like a porno, if you will, where like the lady was like, yeah, we're gonna do I don't know. It was weird, so I'm not gonna recommend them. I mean, like the stretches were good, but I also do a lot of in-person yoga classes, or I did, I should say. So that's where most of my yoga comes from. But those two resources should be good for you. Have any of you done yoga before, or is this your first experience with me as Todoroki? That's something you should put down, man. Todoroki was my first. That's like your new fun fact when you like go to school or go to work or whatever, and they're like, oh, what's a fun fact? You're like, the first time I did yoga, it was with Todoroki. He was my instructor. I'm a little sweaty, I'm shook. How did you do your Todoroki scar? That's a good question. So I use NYX cream-based face paint, and I put that down. And then I use NYX, let me show you, actually, so don't let me get the name wrong. This also, I'm doing another live stream. I'm going to change the time so that it's not conflicting with the people in my house's work schedules. So it's going to be a little bit later than this time, and I also might have to move it to Friday because I'm actually playing D&D on Thursday. But I'm going to be doing a makeup video, and I'm going to let whoever's there choose what cosplay, so if you're interested, you could come and vote for Todoroki. But so what I use is this SFX, this is by NYX, it's cream face paint, so I put that down. Then I use the NYX Primal Colors in Hot Red, and put that over to set it. And then I go in with this, and like, let me tell you, I've had these for 2 years, I'm a mess. No, wait, 2 years. This I've had, I'm not even going to say it because the CDC is going to come shut me down. Look at this. I bought this in a shady fucking, this probably isn't real, just so you know. I bought this in a shady fucking makeup store in Soho. And so it's a bunch of browns. So what I do is I just kind of play with these 3 bottom brown shades to add, you know, definition and contouring. I do my exact same neutral eye makeup that I do on this eye. Same exact browns and everything. I just don't put the white. And then I go over my eyebrows with this really cheap Maybelline Brick Red lip liner, just to shape my brows, and that's it. Dog, that's it. It's super easy. Well, it's not super easy, but it's not crazy. But yeah, like I said, if you want to actually watch me do it, feel free to come to my makeup video, which I think now is going to be Friday. I'm deciding on this live stream that it's going to be Friday. Later than this one. And you can vote for Todoroki, or you can vote for anything. It's going to be really fun. I'm opening it up, so it could be even a cosplay I've never done before. I'll do the makeup as best I can. So it should be fun. It should be fun. You know, I think these like short little live streams are really nice ways to get, you know, our minds off of the insanity. I don't know about where you guys live, but we are on like full shutdown, so. I've done yoga before, but this was my first time I had fun doing it. Well, that's good. I'm glad you had fun. If you guys want, let me know. I'll do something like this again next week. Like I said at the beginning, I'd do yoga again, or I could do something more involved, like a cardio moment. But that's only if you really want to hear me breathing. I'll just title it like mouth breathing with Bakugo. But it'll be a kickboxing tutorial of me sweating my ass off. I'm gonna chill out for 5 more minutes, guys, and then I gotta get out of here, but thanks for coming to hang out with me. It was super fun. I hope you sweated a little bit. I hope you heard some wild bones cracking. My bones cooperated so much today. Why? Normally when I do yoga, it sounds like I am bubble. What am I calling? Bubble wrap? Yeah. I would love another workout live stream. Non-intimidating way. I hope it's not intimidating. That would suck. Maybe I shouldn't do Bakugo. Maybe then it would be intimidating. I just don't know if I do serious cardio if this scar is gonna stay on. No, I'm kidding. But we could do yoga again too. I'm glad. Thanks for the feedback, Lori. Thanks for the feedback. As I say your name terribly wrong. What is this? I just realized that banner behind me says gets cut off. So it's a super Cali swagalistic sex. It's a good thing I said this video is not for children. I think YouTube would be coming for my whole wig right now. So yeah, so just as a programming note, Friday I'm going to do my makeup tutorial. I'll switch all the information on Instagram for you guys, so don't even worry about that. And then next week I'll do something more active. I think we should do a more intense yoga routine. Wow. We could do like intermediate, and then we'll do like hard the week after. Except I'm not even really on the hard stage, let me be honest. We can do a more intense one next time. I'll make sure to look up a lot of like modifications for people that aren't, that haven't really done yoga before, so that it's approachable for everyone, but more intense for the people that want it. That's fine. Also, maybe we could do it like a little bit longer. This was supposed to be a little bit longer, but like I said, last minute kind of changed. It's really tough having like people in your house need to work and stuff like that, and being like, oh well, I scheduled this cosplay live stream though. Like, this is kind of my job, but I also don't get paid to do it, so not really my job at all. Two more minutes. Burning questions. Burning suggestions. What did I just break this? Oh, good job. Thanks for joining us. I hope it wasn't too crazy. I hope you had fun. Again, I'm gonna keep this up on the channel, so if you guys ever want to watch it again, you can, just to do the routine. It's totally awesome. Somebody mentioned before, this is really good, like, social interaction. Like, I agree. This is, like, the most I've talked to people. And I've been in sort of lockdown now this is my second full week of lockdown. So I don't talk to people. But I am not forcing myself. I am playing D&D on Thursday, so that'll be some good interaction. Online, of course. I'm not going out in public. Don't be that guy. Come watch my live streams instead. Also, like, I don't know if you guys would be interested if we did, like, if I figured out how to do, like, video game streaming. Me and Charlie have Animal Crossing. I've been playing all the Dragon Age games again, because what's my D&D character? So I actually DM, this particular session. So I have a million D&D characters, because they're all NPCs. But I don't have a current. All my other campaigns that I was participating in have kind of dissolved, because D&D is so hard to keep going, especially when you really focus on trying to have it be in person. So all my other campaigns have kind of dissolved, except for the one where I'm DMing, because I am stubborn as hell. Oh, cool. Also, I don't know if I should try and set up something on, like, Twitch, or if this is easier for you guys. I don't know. I would love to live stream D&D one day, but I just don't know if I have any, like, if the people that play my game would be willing. Like, some of them I'm sure would, but I don't think everyone would. But that would be fun. I try to keep things kind of, like, in between serious and, like, really playful, so it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Alright guys, thank you. I would totally watch a video game Animal Crossing New Horizons stream. Okay, if I can figure it out, I'll do it for you guys. I have never done any video game streaming other than, like, off my laptop when we recorded Slenderman, so this is easier. Okay, that's fine. I won't set up Switch. That's fine. You should definitely live stream a D&D campaign. I'll ask my players, but don't keep your hopes up, because I don't think they'll do it. Because it's, you know, D&D it's very vulnerable. It's a lot of putting yourself out there, and there has to be a lot of trust, you know, within your friend group, and then to put it online is, you know, another level of trust. So we'll see. I can always ask them. But we'll see. It's also, like, it's kind of cool because we just started. We're only playing our second session, so it's pretty new. Alright guys, this is me rubbing my mustache and signing out. I hope you guys are all well. I hope you will stay healthy. Stay well, stay calm, stay active. I'll see you on Friday if you're interested. If not, I'll see you next week if you're interested in our next workout situation. Love you guys. Stay healthy. I'm realizing that my phone is recording and not my laptop, so now I have to walk past you. Bye guys. Love you.